All right, guys, some quick tips here if you're staying at the Horseshoe. If the room doesn't get cold enough, number one, go check on X, on Big Rigby's X account. Just search Rigby Horseshoe, and it'll tell you how to do this little trick to bring the temperature down, which is really handy to have because when it's at 68, it really isn't cold enough. Sometimes you have to bring it down more. The other tip I'll tell you is BookTube. This is this rewards app. It's a little cheaper than Expedia. So if you have any points on there, it'll be cheaper. For some people, it's a lot cheaper, depending on how much you gamble. All I do is play poker, but it definitely was cheaper. The other thing is if you extend your stay, I was told the AI texting, when you sign up at the beginning, you do your whole thing, it'll ask if you want to do AI text. Apparently, that's the way to go. So I'm on the first break of the day 2, and I got 1.3 million in chips. I started out well. He had a flush on a guy in the flush, and I got a bunch of chips off of him where I called him pre-flop raise with ace-deuce of hearts. He checked. I bet the nut flush draw. He called. Turn went check, river. I hit the flush, and he bet big on the river, and I jammed, and he folded. The flush came in on the river. And nothing really else exciting to talk about. I just have really not... Whoa! Jesus Christ. And things, doors aren't very wide. All right, anyway. Oh, look at the room's all empty here at the Horseshoe. That's rare. Anyway, it's just nothing really exciting to talk about. Other than I just haven't caught anything for the last few blinds. The blinds are already, 30, 60,000, like I mean 40, 80,000. I have 1.3 million in chips. It sounds like a lot, but it's only 16 big blinds. So I don't know. See what happens. So, yeah. I have to check the chip stacks to see how deep he is. I'm guessing there's quite a few people deep, shorter than me. But I should probably take a look at that out of curiosity. All right, so I got knocked out in like 79th place. I think I made 36 or 4,200, something like that. I mean, I can't complain too much, I guess, but it's not over 4,000 people. But started out good. Started out the session really good. I had a flip, ace, king versus tens. Flopped some queen, queen, jack. And came another jack, and then so I counterfeit his tens. Didn't like that flop, but then I doubled up there, and then I hit that nut flush versus that guy, and things were just cruising along great. And then it's going down. I was down to 16 bigs now. It wasn't looking really good. And blind versus blind, this old man, and he raises literally every button and literally every time blind versus blind, like religiously. So when it was blind versus blind, he had like 8 big blinds. I had 16, like I said. So he turned around and he raised me again. And I'm like, okay. I look down at king 10. That is good enough versus his range to shove. So I shoved, and he snap called me with jack 9, with jack fucking 9. And so, I mean, I was right. He wasn't that strong. And I don't know why you would just call off. I know he had only 8 bigs, but he still had 6 more bigs. He could have just folded. I mean, I could have him crushed. I mean, I don't get it. Anyway, he called with jack 9. He hit a flush. I hit a pair of kings on the flop, but he turned a flush. And so that crippled me. So now I'm down to 8 bigs. And I shoved a couple times, just kind of barely surviving. Now I'm down to like 6 bigs. And I'm in early position. I have queen jack off. I'm not loving it, but I think with 6 blinds and the blinds coming up, I just got to shove with queen jack off. I'll have to double check and check it out according to my solver and etc. But I'm pretty sure that's fine being that short. So I shove. The other guy behind me calls. The other guy behind him shoves. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm fucked. Well, actually, I was in good shape. The one guy had pocket 9s. The other guy had ace king off. I had queen jack. I had 2 live cards with 5 cards to run out. So if I get a triple up there, I'm back in business. Unfortunately, the pocket 9s held. So that was all she wrote. It would have been nice to run a little deeper, make more money. It would have been nice, but what can you do? That was the story. So know what else to say. That was the story. So I got necked out, and guess I made a little bit of money on it. Kind of wish I had made a little more. I hung around a little longer, but at least I could have made something like 10 grand, which would have been really nice. But hey, I'll take 4 grand. I had 124 grand. I mean, if I get to the same spot as I did in that other tournament, I would have made that was like 11th place was like 30-40 grand or something, which would have been awesome, even if I just got knocked out short. What are you gonna do? That's the story. $800. We'll see what else I do today. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go lay down, and my back's killing me, so I'm gonna lay down and go from there. So I heard the ladies talking about no if it's under 5 grand. I'm assuming that's a tax form, because when I won the 24, they made me fill out a tax form, but they didn't this time. So it sounds to me like the rule here is if you make less than 5, you don't have to fill out a tax form. If you make more than 5, you do. Just a little FYI for anyone out there curious. All right, guys, they have all these fancy gelato places, which is good. I got like gelato at the Venetian and stuff, but nothing comes close to real ice cream. They got a Ben & Jerry's in the basement of the Horseshoe. Better than any gelato. So anyway, watching the Deuce to 7 over here just because I was kind of curious, and really can't see much. I don't have the best eyes, and it's like you can't see the whole cards, and it's kind of like you don't see much until one guy wins, and then he flips over his hand. But I don't know what's going on with my hands lately, but I just can't seem to hold on to anything. I'm dropping stuff left and right. I wonder if it has to do with my spine, but it's really annoying. I keep dropping everything. But anyway, yeah, that was Daniel Negreanu and some other well-known. Darren Elias looks like he was there, and Nick Schulman. I'm not a fan of him. I met him once. He wasn't exactly friendly, I'll put it that way. But, you know, can't really tell anything. Being Deuced to 7. And then I'm standing there, and there's this guy next to me that, you can't be real quiet, right? And then he's like talking real loud, and they're all over looking at us. I'm like, I don't even know this dude. And it's like, dude, you're going to get us in trouble. You're going to yell, just be quiet. So, anyway.
That wasn't big.
I wish they had streamed it on PokerGo. We could see the whole cards. That'd be really cool. I'd watch that. But they're not showing it. They're not streaming it. So I thought I'd go downstairs and see if I could come check it out. But there's really nothing to check out. You can't see nothing. So I don't know what I'm going to do next. I guess I'll figure it out. So my other GTO solver I have on my phone, other goes down to 10 big blinds. This one goes down to 6 with a big blind Andy. It's called Regroup. And it looks like Queen Jack off on under the gun is right on the button. So it's very close. And I'm wondering with the ICM implications, if it's not actually just an open fold. I mean, I was in good shape when the money went in, but you got to do what's right. So not be results oriented. So very close. I remember all the solvers like Queen Jack suited, like all the suited hands, King Jack suited, King 10 suited. But if it's offsuit, a lot of times it doesn't like a jam. Like if you go up to like 10 bigs, Queen Jack off is just a fold. 8 big lines, it's a fold, right? So that's something I've learned to kind of keep in mind. It doesn't, and I remember that from in the past studying this stuff. That Queen Jack off is, I'm not feeling wonderful, but yeah, it's right on the board. What it looks like. So, even though it's kind of a questionable shove, I don't hate it. Like you see, it's kind of right on the line. Probably with ICM, it's just a fold because a lot of people were really short, and I could have made another ladder or two maybe. But of course, I'm going for going deep, right? My gun is. I'm really trying to go for going deep, not just squeak an extra $500 or whatever. I saw people tanking. A guy tanking with Ace King off to ladder up maybe $500. It's like, really, dude? Like you have a shit. I mean, come on, just. You're calling, just get it in, try to, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, overall, though, looking back on the whole $800 deep stack, I remember yesterday I said there was a few things I'd probably do different. Today, besides that Queen Jack, which is on the border, can't really think of anything I'd do different. I mean, I was running good, doing well. I maybe could have stole more from late position, but I had a guy on my left that was real sticky, and both guys on my left were real sticky. and not the easiest to play against. I did have one hand where I had 10-8 suited, and the flop came like 10 something, and I turned an open ender, and went check check. River was a king, and he checked, and I probably could have repped the king and bet there. I checked it back, and we both had the same hand, 10-8. If I bet big on that river, it's going to be really hard for him to call with just a 10. Other than that, really can't think of anything I'd do different. I bet the nut flush draw. I checked back when he checked to me. I think that was fine. Go ahead and realize your equity. And I did, and he led into me, and I raised and made some chips off that. The King 10 hand versus the Jack 9, which is blind versus blind. I know that old farts raised me all the time, and King 10 was likely ahead. So I jammed, and he snap called me. He made it 200. I jammed for 600. Was a stack. He snap called me with Jack 9, which I think is a terrible call. I know he's getting what? 1, 2, 3, 600. I mean, he wasn't even getting 2 to 1. You need to at least be getting 2 to 1 to call there, because with the dead money in there, it was 40, 80, 80, 160, 200. He put 200 in there, it was 400. I jammed for 6. So it was 1,600 for him to call. So he wasn't getting quite 2 to 1. And I figured King 10 was ahead of his range. And I was in great shape. And if flop came to king, I wasn't great. And then he ran out of flush. And what are you going to do? I mean, that would have really helped me out if I had at 1.2 at the time. I win that hand when I'm ahead. I'm close to 2 million now in chips. And yeah, like I said, I really can't think of anything I'd really do differently, to be honest. So besides maybe the queen jack off, which, like I said, was questionable. Daniel Costner, good luck, man. He was a buddy. I was talking to him all day. He seemed like a real nice guy, and he was just running like God day one. And he's in the final 3 in that 800. So good job, Daniel. I don't know if you watch this at all, but nice guy. And boy, he was running good. Oh, he was just hitting everything. I could tell he was a good player too, but he was running good too. So, which helps in getting to the top 3, and he's in the top 3 now, battling, I guess. So. That's it. All right, guys. Later, Gator.